What's going on, boys and girls? 4 letters. T-S-I-O.
14 to the 12, to the 15, to the 20, to the 25, to the 30, to the 35, to the 40, to the 45, to the 50, to the 45, to the 40, to the 35, to the 30, to the 25, to the 20, to the 15, to the 10, to the 5. It is a touchdown, Big Orange!
That's right. The third Saturday in October. Man, this is the greatest week in college football for myself. The reason I've got this turd hole behind me is because that's where the game is being played this year.
It's Tennessee. It's Alabama. That means for sure it's football time in Tennessee.
If you wouldn't be human, the hair on your arms will stand up a little bit when that scene occurs, particularly on the third Saturday in October. What makes it special? Well, they're neighboring states. A lot of states are, and they have rivalries, but nothing compared to this one, Alabama and Tennessee.
It's one of the greatest national rivalries in the history of college football.
The VOLS registered a record 8 interceptions against Alabama.
Minds of people my age, I think they'll always be our biggest rival. Of course, Bear Bryant was there in those days, and I was fortunate to be at Tennessee in some years when the Bear didn't have his best teams, and we were able to beat him every time.
My biggest thrill against Alabama, both as a player and coach, it was stopping the 11 straight losses. Coach Bear Bryant's final year as a coach at Alabama, 1982, that was as exciting as anything can be. I went for the kill. It was a shootout if there ever was one.
Call it the Battle of Two Turds. Jalen Milroe and Joe Milton. The M&M boys. Is all I can say. Look, neither one of these guys are putting up dramatic numbers this year. In fact, Joe Milton yesterday in the Texas A&M game was the worst I've seen him look in his days at Tennessee. And those days are few. They may be numbered if he keeps playing like this. Now, Jalen Milroe, it looks like he's been getting better for Alabama. Now, they struggled with Arkansas yesterday. They had a big lead, and then they gave it up, but they got the win. Tennessee in a dogfight with A&M yesterday. Great defense A&M brought to the table. There's no way Tennessee was going to run on A&M, right? Wrong. Thank goodness for our running game. Jalen Wright was a monster yesterday. I'll tell you someone else who was a monster. D. Williams. He housed one against South Carolina. Didn't count. Got called back. He housed one yesterday against A&M. And it ended up being pretty much the game winner, if you want to call it that. I think that would be fair. Yeah, we got a couple of field goals late in the game or in the second half, and propelled us to a 20-13 ugly win, ugliest win in recent memory for me for Tennessee football. But hey, survive and advance, right? We're still alive to win the East. Somebody else is beating Florida. We know that. And all Tennessee has to do is just win the rest of their SEC games.
As General Neyland was quoted once, you can tell what kind of player we have in the orange shirt once he plays against Alabama.
That's simple, right? Well, we'll see. Starting with game 1. That's left on the schedule.
Tennessee greats like Steve Kiner told his teammates, it's Alabama week, all day, every day, until we play.
This one, the big game back here at the big toilet bowl called Bryant-Denny Stadium. We haven't won down there in how many years? They talk about hadn't won a bunch of times at the Swamp, but we haven't won down there in a long time either.
For the first time in Alabama football history, a team has conquered them 7 years in a row.
Came close in 2009. Came close again in 2015, 14. I don't know. We came close another time when I was down there. I'll be closer to Bryant-Denny Stadium this weekend than I am to Neyland Stadium because I'm going to visit my boy Law Tide. Me and my daughter are going to go down, spend the weekend with the Law Tides down there one time. And we're going to have us a good time, and we're going to hopefully see Tennessee make this a streak.
There's been a lot of great football played, but this is a senior class that can say that I came in, whether I redshirted or not, for 5 years in a row. I never lost that.
1 win is not a streak. 2 wins, well, it's at least the start of a streak. And I think we got a chance to go down to Tuscaloosa and win this game. Look, Tennessee's not playing good football right now. Alabama is not the Alabama that Alabama fans and Tennessee fans have gotten used to seeing.
This Alabama team looks disoriented. They look dispirited. And Tennessee basically has broken their backs today.
This could be one of them old 6-3 ball games.
The penalty against Alabama. It is a 100-yard touchdown return.
I'm telling you, this game has the potential to be 6-3, 7-6, 9-7, 9, somewhere around there. Now watch us go down there and win another shootout.
Philip Fulmer, who was recruited by Bear Bryant. Looks like they're going to be lighting up the cigars.
That would be the Tennessee and Alabama thing to do. Alabama's favored in this game, as they should be. I'm not sure what the spread is. I don't even have to look. I know they're favored. It's at their house. They're ranked higher than us. Joe Milton looks like hot garbage right now. The Tennessee fan base is all in arrears over our quarterback situation. You think it's bad in Alabama? You don't know bad quarterback situation. Look, I could get on here and rip Joe Milton to shreds, but I'm not going to do it. You know who I think the best quarterback on this team probably is right now? Navy Schuler. Go Navy. Actually, go Army, but for Tennessee's sake, go Navy. Clearly, I'm joking, but you get the idea. Things are bad right now. Joe Milton. And again, I'm not a coach. I'm not Josh Heupel. I'm not the offensive coordinator. I'm not there watching him practice every day. But I see what I see in games. And what I see so far this year is a guy that looks like he doesn't get it. He looks like he don't make good, quick decisions like the guy that used to be quarterback at Tennessee. You know, the legend, the hooker. You know, it is what it is, folks. Joe Milton is our guy. We don't have to like him, but we have to support him because he's the guy they're going to trot out there come next Saturday to start. He just is. His knee looks good. I was concerned about his knee before the A&M game yesterday, but he ran just fine last night. The knee looks to be good. It's not his knee I'm worried about anymore. It's his brain. What's going on up there? I believe that Joe Milton has all the confidence in the world in himself. I do. I believe he believes in himself, and he should. You want your starting quarterback to believe in himself, but the results on the field just don't add up. We were lucky yesterday to get out of there with a win. We didn't win because of Joe Milton. We won despite Joe Milton, and that's a fact. All you got to do is watch 5 minutes of tape on that game yesterday, and you'll agree with me. I don't know. I don't know if anybody else out there is saying anything that harsh, but I am. We didn't win because of him, and we won despite him. And if we win at Alabama next Saturday, it probably won't be because of Joe Milton. Could be because of Jalen Milroe. Could be because he throws 3 or 4 interceptions. Could be because we get back there and sack him 5 or 6 times and he fumbles. Who knows? This game is definitely going to be interesting for sure. Too early to give a score prediction. Let me survive tomorrow, And then maybe the next day I'll make another video with the score prediction. Actually, let me survive tonight, my live stream at 8 o'clock on Sunday with my boy Lawtide, and see how that goes. One game at a time, right? Got to go 1-0 every week. That's what's got to happen starting next Saturday in Tuscaloosa. Go Vols, screw y'alls. And while you're doing that, hug your mom and daddy. Love you, mean it.